speaking of your worldview, North Korea. There has been a lot of saber rattling on both sides. The North Koreans, the president, and some very stern statements by General Mattis, the Secretary of Defense, Joe Dunford, Chairman of Joint Chiefs. You have said repeatedly they're fooling themselves if they believe there is a military solution.
What I've said, the important point of what I said, is that the issue is between us and China. Okay? At the beginning of the summer, we were talking about do they have...
You have said there's no military solution.
And the solution...
Because it'll kill too many people.
The solution to North Korea, and I've said this from day one, and this is in open literature, is China. At the beginning of the summer, I think it was Memorial Day, we were discussing whether they had an atomic bomb or not. Now on Labor Day, we're discussing whether they have a thermonuclear weapon, a hydrogen bomb. The complexity in building a nuclear weapon to a hydrogen bomb is not linear.
So in your judgment, we have no military option.
My suggestion and my recommendation is to solve the problem in Korea. You need to solve that problem with China. It is a client state of China.
And the president has tried to make deals with the Chinese to get them engaged. He even said he would go easy on trade if they would help with North Korea, correct?
And I think it's incumbent upon us, and particularly incumbent upon us on the right, to make sure that we have the president's back in continuing that, and maybe even doubling down on those efforts. That those efforts, what's going to lead? And look, I'm one guy. He's got the best advice in the world. These are very, Rex Tillerson, General Dunford, General Mattis. You could not have a higher quality national security team, and many people have said this in the establishment, around the president. Okay, and they have information that I'm not privy to, and they have judgment, and they've been fighting, wars. So I'm saying I have tremendous respect for them, but I'm just giving another alternative. That alternative to me is the logical alternative. The solution to Korea runs through Beijing, and we have to engage Beijing. And by the way, they're saying we're doing everything we can. It's not good enough. We have
being the
Chinese. We have tremendous leverage to force China.
What would you do?
I think we have tremendous leverage on sanctions. I think we have tremendous leverage in capital markets. I think we have tremendous leverage with Chinese banks. I think we have tremendous leverage with the Chinese financial institutions. We have tremendous leverage. Tremendous leverage.
Why haven't we used it?
You don't use this lightly. It would have, by the way, it would have an impact here in the United States. There's no doubt about it.